Welcome to a special episode of Iced Tea. I am counting down my top favorite moments from this season so far, starting at number 10 with performance chef for the Carolina Hurricanes, Chef Sean, talking about how he perfects a perfect PB&J. Any of the players ask for their crust off?
We do have one player that I cut the crust off every game, and I individually wrap it for him. It kind of started as a joke my first year. So I was like, would you like me to, wrap one up for you for post game? And he's like, yeah, actually, I'd love that. And I was like, you want me to cut the crust off of it for you too? And he was like, actually, even better. And, it was a little dig from him of like, yeah, I bet you won't do it.
Yeah.
But then I did it. He scored a goal that next game. So then it's just something that stuck, and we do it every game.
Okay, so I know you're trying, you don't have to tell me who it is, but just say, is it a veteran?
He's been on the team since I've been here.
Okay.
So to me, a veteran.
Okay. What is getting home from the arena look like? Do you crush food when you get home? I crush food when I get home.
I usually have something to eat when I get home, and I'll watch back the game.
You watch the game back to listen to yourself and critique or and get better?
Yeah, all the time.
Wow.
I
get it. That's
a lot
impressive.
of people do it. So I know people say that, but it's just homework.
And are you hard on yourself?
Oh God, yeah.
Something that you have at every game.
My clipboard.
Oh,
my clipboard. I will die on that hill is like the most important thing to my career right now. I had the same one for 2 seasons. It was like ripping. I was like, the time has come. It was hard for me to part ways with my first clipboard. I was like, and it wasn't special. Like I ordered it off Amazon or from Target. And so then I got a new one this season. When it came in, I was so excited about this black leather clipboard. It was like $15. And I showed everyone at the rink. I was like, look what I got. And Shane's like, it's clipboard. I'm like, it's not just any clipboard. It is a black leather clipboard with a pocket inside. Like, it hold all of my things.
I mean,
I was very excited about it.
Listen, it's
the little things in life.
The little things. And I love that because I understand a good clipboard. I will have to say, my clipboard is not as cool as that one. I feel like I need to look at that one that you have.
I can send you the link.
I thank you. But what I do love about my clipboard is it's the clipboard, normal on the top, but then it's got you can pop it open and it's got an inside.
That's nice.
So I have like my little lip gloss in there.
You have all of your things.
I've got all of my things.
Yeah.
Who needs a
my
purse?
Pen holder, my mic, I can just set on the clipboard. It'll balance, then I'm not dropping it. It's just all of my notes. I can coordinate them. Need my clipboard.
Yep. Say goodbye to backpacks. We don't need them.
No.
Girls like us, we just need a clipboard.
Just the clipboard.
Jerseys that I wear, I've gotten off the backs of players, which has been great. So
was it great or did it smell a little funk?
Oh, yeah. You held it out by your fingertips because they were soaking wet. And, yeah.
But, of course, you can't wash it. Did you wash it, Sue?
If you
you washed it.
You can if you're careful with it. A few years ago, I got KKs. And now KK is tall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 5'2". So I'm standing next to him and they're taking pictures. And on Facebook, I see a person write in, who was that tiny lady standing next to KK?
So you got his jersey after?
Yeah.
Was it like to your ankles?
Yeah, and I wear it to the games.
You are an entrepreneur, a business owner. You own the Med Spa in Raleigh. Talk to me about that journey.
Well, it was kind of on accident. So I went back to school because we did actually have another son who died at birth. So that changed a lot of trajectory for both Jeff and I think.
Listen, this is all about your story and all that. And I'm so sorry that you went through that.
Infant loss is, it happens to, I'm always shocked at, as many women lose infants, infant death as, who get breast cancer. I mean, it's a big number and it's not often talked about.
You were talking about how quick it was when your journey getting traded. Can you tell me what happened in that 24 hours?
Whirlwind.
I believe it.
Whirlwind. We were on a trip. It was going to be basically a 3-day trip. We were going in to play in Chicago. Then we were going to go to Pittsburgh and we were coming home. So as a young guy, you put the suit on you're going to wear the whole time. You bring an extra shirt, your shower kit, some extra underwear and you're ready to go for the weekend. And I remember someone at the time during that week had said, your name come up in trade rumors. And I just blew it off. And we played a game in Chicago that night. And was I playing my best? No. But that game I played really, really well and felt, I kind of feel it turn back to where I'm supposed to be going. And we walk in the room after the game. I'm undressing and coach comes in. He's like, Shane, I need to talk to you. I was like, oh. So I walked into the coach's room, which was right just around the corner from the locker room, and they shut the door and the assistant general manager was there, Jason Carmanos at the time. And as soon as I walked in, you could feel it in the room. And I just had this feeling, I'm like, I don't have a good feeling about this. And they sat me down. They're like, we feel you're a great player and you've done so many great things for us, but we've traded you to Tampa. It was just like the movies. They're like, this guy's about to call you. This is his number. If you don't answer, call him back. They're setting up a hotel, flights for you to get to Tampa. And we shook hands. I walked out. I took a shower. Another guy, Chris Dingman, that got traded with me. We took a taxi to the Marriott at the O'Hare Airport. We slept there that night. We took an early flight the next morning to Tampa, skated there, checked into another hotel, went back that night, and we played against the Oilers for the Tampa Bay Lightning. The worst part about everything was I had a suit and one extra shirt.
Of all the cities that you've been to together, this is like one that just feels right.
Yeah, I think, and we always say that even if we ever were to not be on the Hurricanes, that our off season would be our home base. Yeah, we love it here, like so much. We've never had a community outside of hockey, which is so important, by the way. Like, it is so great to have a good community within hockey, and the guys have their, like, each other, and they are a strong force. Like, it's a very good locker room, right? The guys from like Rod all the way down.
Yeah,
they're great. And then because our guys are so great, they all married or are dating great wives.
Really great, yeah.
So truly, the wives' room is fantastic too.
So we were just checking into our hotel room. I put my bags down into the closet. Next thing you know, we get a knock on the door. We call them leaners. Flooded our whole entire room. And we're like, how are we going to get these guys back? And so I went to the front desk and I said, hey, I locked my key in my room. Can I get a spare key? And sure enough, they gave me a key. And so Rosie and I went into their room and literally took everything. Now we're getting a knock on our door. It's a big security dude, telling us, to give them their stuff back. And I could see Eric in the back and Eric's acting like he's upset. Like he's mad. Like Cozy doesn't want any jokes on him. That's the New Yorker in him. And someone finally comes up and said, hey, did you hear that lady at the front desk got fired? They let her go. And I said, what? You should be so proud there, Bordeaux, that you got this poor lady fired. And, and it literally broke my heart. I couldn't save a puck for the life of me. I was so rattled. So we get back. So I start talking to the manager, and I said, this is just a big misunderstanding. This is how she started. She goes, well, Mr. Ward, here at the Ritz, we do not condone this kind of behavior, and she shouldn't have given you a key. And then all of a sudden, they all started laughing. And so they even had the manager at the hotel in on it. And I was God. And then it was just a complete relief.
That's why I met Mr. Rogers.
You met Mr. Rogers?
I'll go one better.
Okay.
And this is absolute true. I sat with Mr. Rogers for 30 minutes. At the end of it, he called me special. We're done, right? Just that. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. 2 days later, I get a care package from Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Stop it.
Right? Gonna make me cry?
I'm gonna cry.
With a little trolley and a CD with all of the original music. Yeah, it was for somebody who grew up. I grew up with Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Same. And finally, coming in at number 1, you'll see it on next week's episode. I interview Carolina Hurricanes president Doug Wharf. Take a look.
We have the video before that says, they can hear you in the locker room. They can.
They can.
And, going back to my internship days, my early start days, I was on the kind of the promotions team and would do the in-game entertainment. And I was always near or on the ice for the anthem to make sure the anthem singer was good and backup mics. In the playoffs, we usually had to communicate with two people. You couldn't speak to the other person. So we had to come up with hand signs because even though we're as close as we are here, you can't yell and talk. And we had to come up with signs of, okay, you grab this, your time to get it. And I think that's what people need to understand is as those guys are taking the ice, they can't hear. And that's not always normal. When you travel to different rinks, it's loud, but it's not our kind of loud.
Don't forget to check out episodes of Ice-T every Thursday. Thanks so much for watching season 1, the final episode next week. And you can watch it on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.